All right, JxmyHighroller, talk to me.
Fresh 14 for the Lakers. LeBron! Look out below! Oh my Lord!
It's never gonna end, is it? LeBron's reign over the NBA. I've just come to the conclusion that LeBron is hacked into the Matrix and has transcended aging. LeBron is in his 19th NBA season and is somehow still one of the best players on the planet. This isn't supposed to happen. 99% of NBA players peak in their mid to late 20s and then slowly regress as they age, eventually becoming a liability to their team and inevitably sailing off into the sunset, washed up and content with their achievements. But not LeBron. The man is fighting his age like he's got a grudge on time itself. And the more he piles up on these mind-bending feats, the more we must ask ourselves the question, and I really hate to do this, but is LeBron the greatest basketball player of all time? And if he isn't, what would he need to do to truly, once and for all, be the GOAT?
I hate you niggas because y'all not gonna give him his credit till he's gone, but LeBron is the greatest person to ever pick up a basketball in our generation. And that's not arguable. Greatest player of all time? Cool. But you have never seen another nigga pick up a basketball and be as talented as LeBron. Simply put. Second, who is more talented than LeBron in our generation? MJ, bro, you weren't alive to see MJ play, man. You're going based off stats and shit people are telling you. Because your daddy is an MJ fan and you grew up hearing your dad talk about LeBron will never pass MJ. Shut the fuck up, bro. Half you niggas not even over 25. I'm 24, I'm 25 this year, and I wasn't even old enough to see Jordan play. Unless you're in your 30s, shut up. KD or Giannis, listen, to this day, I don't think Giannis is better than LeBron. He might be better than him now, but LeBron is the greatest nigga to ever touch a basketball I've ever seen in my life. Simply put. Like, y'all, right now, okay, cool, he's better than him this season. But Prime Bron struck fear in niggas' hearts. Like Prime Bron was like, bro, what? Miami Bron was crazy, bro. Like, I'm telling you, Miami Bron was so insane, I hated the nigga. I hated Miami Bron. Like, niggas would be like, I'd be like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I hated Miami Bron. Villain Bron was different.
About 5 years ago, I uploaded my first basketball-related video onto this channel. The title of that video is LeBron the GOAT.
Athlete,
you can still watch this video today, but since it's an absolute dog water of a production...
And then, I'm not gonna lie to you, saying he's a better athlete than LeBron is insane. Because I don't think Giannis is faster than LeBron. I don't think he's more athletic than Prime Bron. You gotta remember, Giannis is like 7 foot with long limbs. What seems fast to y'all is just him moving because he has long limbs. So it doesn't take long for him to get end to end. Bron was really one of the fastest niggas in the NBA, bro. Niggas said Giannis is more athletic. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like Giannis isn't athletic. But to say he's more athletic than Prime Bron, my nigga. Like, stop it. Y'all letting his size, like, the nigga doesn't have to do much to do the crazy shit he does. He's 7 foot with like a 7'6" wingspan.
I was talking about Arn.
Oh, you talking about right now? Obviously, right now, the nigga's 37. The fact that we have to have a conversation about who's more athletic right now, and Giannis is in his prime and Bron is 37, is insane to me. The nigga's 37. 37! And arguably a top 10 player in the league. Might be top 5. When healthy, LeBron is so good, I don't bet against him. That's how talented he is, bro. How do you bet against LeBron? Like, after the 2018 Cavs shit, I don't know how I bet against him. I can't, bro. Like, yeah, but that's still Bron, bro. It's the same shit with Brady. Yeah, it's still Brady though, bruh. Something's gonna happen.
I highly recommend you steer clear of it. To summarize the video, I gave 10 reasons why LeBron would retire as the GOAT. Fast forward 5 years and thousands of hours of watching games, collecting data, and gathering context in this sport that we love. I've since changed my ways and realized that Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time. But my original assessment from 5 years ago hasn't completely changed, because I never said LeBron was the GOAT at the time. I just gave 10 reasons why LeBron would retire as the GOAT. But ever since I dropped that video, I've pretty much avoided the GOAT conversation altogether. I've put a spin on the idea of the greatest players in certain aspects of the game. I've talked about the greatest scorers, I've ranked players using purely numbers, but I've never really broken down who the greatest player is, in my opinion, because I just feel like the topic is...
My thing about the greatest player is who is the most complete player. That is the greatest player in the world, bro. Like, you niggas is putting team accolades as like Jordan was the only person on the court when he won all them rings. I hate that shit, bro. Jordan has 6 rings. That's a team, like, dang. Jordan by himself isn't winning 6 rings. You know how I do the GOAT shit? Who is the best at everything? That is the greatest player, where I look at them and I can't see a weakness in their game. Who is the most valuable player of all time? That is the GOAT. Bron is the most valuable player of all time. Listen, you put Jordan on the worst team in the NBA in his day, they don't make I don't think they win a chip. You put Bron on the worst team in the NBA, they're instant title contenders. Instant title contenders. Healthy LeBron, instant title contenders. That's cap. Bro, listen to me. Name a team LeBron could go to right now and wouldn't be instant title contenders. You put LeBron on what's the worst team in the NBA right now? Who the worst team in the NBA right now? The Magic, instant title contenders. They're a top 5 seed in the East with LeBron on their team. Hell, listen, and I'm not talking about Bron right now, because obviously he's older. He can't do that no more. Prime Bron on this, you take Prime Bron and put him on the Magic this year. Instant title contenders. Instant title contenders. Niggas saying no are stupid. 2019 Suns, instant title contenders. Instant title contenders. Y'all, see, the thing about y'all is y'all don't understand how close the talent level in the NBA is. Just because teams lose a lot don't mean they're bad teams. The Magic beat the Warriors. Anybody could win. And then at that point, you got to remember how much Bron elevates his teammates. I'm telling you, bruh. Y'all niggas stupid. Y'all niggas hate Bron maybe, and that's a big maybe. Bron lost to the Mavs, so was Bron the only person on that court? Or did the Heat lose to the Mavs? I forgot. My fault. I forgot Bron was a one-man wrecking ball, and he was the only person that, you feel me? Then why did he lose to Dirk? Bro, the better team doesn't always win. It happens. Why do y'all think this is a simulation or 2K where niggas don't lose? Shit happens, bro. Niggas have off days. He just had an off day in the worst possible time in the world. It happens, bro. Like, are niggas, are y'all acting like this isn't real life? Like, niggas don't have bad days? I don't give a fuck. Nobody's perfect. I don't give a fuck how great somebody is. They're gonna miss eventually. Jordan never did. He got bounced out in the first round a couple times. So obviously he had bad days. I don't know what you're talking about. Niggas make it seem like Jordan's 6 championships is the only time he went to the playoffs. Jordan is 6-0 in the finals. Let's look at the teams he beat. And how many times was Jordan an underdog in the finals? How many times was the Bulls not the overwhelming favorites in the NBA finals? Tell me. What year was it? Chicago Bulls 90s. Let's do that. Okay. Championship 6. 91, 92, 93, 96, 97, 98. Right? Who did they play? 1991 NBA Finals. They played the Lakers and they 4-1 them. So they 4-1 the Lakers. Right? Okay, cool. That's 91. 92. 4-2 the Trailblazers. 4-2 the Suns. So, in any of these championships, was he not the overwhelming favorite? 4-2, the Sonics. 4-2, the Jazz. 4-2, the Jazz. Like, nigga, what? Man, when has he ever not been the overwhelming favorite in the finals? You think Jordan's beating the 15 Warriors? The 17 Warriors? The 18 Warriors? Anybody in here saying yes? I'm alright, I don't care no more. Y'all got it, bro. Cause now niggas is not being realistic, bro. Niggas think Michael Jordan was beating the fucking 15, 17, and 18 Warriors.
Is a bit redundant. And ESPN already gives you a daily update on the GOAT debate anyways, so no need for me to do it. But I think it's time we actually discuss this. Because what LeBron is doing at this point in his career is just absurd. At the moment, there are pretty much 3 different camps on the whole GOAT debate. People who think Michael Jordan is the GOAT, people who think LeBron is the GOAT, and people who are wrong. I'm just joking, of course. But not really. I'd say about 75% of people fall into the MJ's the GOAT category, about 20% of people fall into the LeBron's the GOAT category, and about 5% fall into the other category. Usually these other fans believe the GOAT is Wilt, or Kobe, or Kareem. There's not many of them, but boy, will they die on that hill. See, the thing here is that a lot of the fans in MJ's corner believe that he is and will forever be the GOAT. But realistically, is there anything LeBron can do to surpass him? I mean, there's gotta be some sort of objective metric we can use to distinguish the greatest player of all time.
Let's not use team accolades, because basketball is a team sport. You don't win a ring by yourself. So if we take rings out of the equation, because before Scottie Pippen pulled up, that nigga was getting bounced out by the fucking bad boy Pistons or whatever they were called. Niggas was getting dicked down by some Pistons, Detroit niggas. Like, and nigga, bro, like, I don't get it, bro. Nigga was losing to Larry Bird and them. Like, shut up, bruh.
No opinions, no bias, just the facts. If LeBron somehow won 4 more championships and
niggas still wouldn't give him the greatest of all time. Whoa, the league is Mickey Mouse now.
Tired with 8 rings, he'd undoubtedly be the GOAT, right? So there are paths for him to become the greatest ever. But where does that threshold lie? And what would LeBron...
said that like Larry ass, but you acting like, would you sit here and argue that Larry Bird is a better player than Michael Jordan? No. But he was beating that nigga ass in the playoffs, right?
2 years with Scum. Shit crazy twin Scum preach.
The way y'all doing things, the better player should always win, right? Right or wrong? Right or wrong? Who bounced this nigga Jordan out first round? I don't know. I wasn't there. Right? Nigga, L logic, the better player should always win, right? That's what y'all saying. That's what y'all said. MJ is 6-0. The reason why he never lost to these niggas because he's the GOAT. Why didn't he beat them niggas in the first round then if he's the GOAT? That's what y'all saying. Like, this is what y'all talking about. I'm dick sucking, so stop moving the goalpost, my nigga. Dead ass. Y'all just said the reason why Jordan is 6-0 in the finals is because he's the GOAT and he's just the best player. If he's the best player of all time, why was he getting bounced out in the first round? Since we're using team accolades to measure individual success. Why was he being bounced out in the first round? He's the GOAT. He should have won all of them. He should have 16 rings. He was young then? I sound like, y'all sound, hold on. Right. Third seeded Bulls were a fun upstart on their way to becoming a contender, but were essentially one-man show. Jordan was the only player on the roster who scored more than 13 points per game during the regular season. Pippen was a promising rookie who came off the bench to add defensive presence, finishing 8th on his team in minutes per game. Right? Game 1, he had 29, 36, 24, 23, 25. So they got bounced out in 5 games. Granted, he's the GOAT. Why did he carry them? Because you can't win by yourself. Basketball is a team sport. So why are we counting team accolades to individual success? Tell me. Tell me. Explain it to me. Giveon, are you dumb? Tell me why I'm dumb. Tell me. You know what? I'm going to shut up. Tell me. Tell me. Tell me why I'm dumb. L logic. Tell me why it's L logic. Explain. I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait. He averaged 36, 12, and what before Pippen? And lost. And lost. Because the only thing that matters to y'all in the whole thing is wins and loss columns. So fuck what he did.
No
he got 4-1. I don't give a
just
fuck.
Want to be
Shut
right
that
with
shit
no
up.
logic and no hard facts.
Because the only thing that matters is wins and losses. Right? 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 So like, why did LeBron get swept? The same reason why this nigga got swept. But the difference is, this nigga got swept in the first round. LeBron's getting swept by the best team in the West. I've never understood how y'all be like, oh, he lost in the finals. You know how hard it is to make the finals? Think about that. Some players play their whole career and never get out the second round. DeMar DeRozan has been in the league how long? $13 years and has never made a finals in his life. Chris Paul made his first finals in year 17. So what are y'all fucking talking about, bro? Okay, MJ never lost in the finals. So this is my point, right? Because niggas keep bringing it back. Why is it that when MJ loses, it's a team sport, but when he wins, it's Michael Jordan's the GOAT? That's what I want to understand. Explain that to me. Why when he loses in the first round, it was because his team was ass, but when he wins the finals, it's not because his team was good. We're acting like the nigga team was a piece of shit and he just backpacked them to the Super Bowl.
Legacy.
Explain. Speak up. Speak up. me. Jordan got better, or did his team get better with him? Because if we kept the same team, Jordan probably, listen, I'm not gonna lie, I don't see how much worse he was. The nigga was still putting up good numbers. 36, 11, and 1. 29, 11, and 6. Those are good numbers. Those 3 additional points won him a championship. No, his team getting better overall around him won him a championship. Because championships are team-based accomplishments. I don't give a fuck how good you are. You're not getting to the finals by yourself. Unless you're LeBron in 2018. In a league that has better scorers, no hand checking, so it's easier to score, right? TK, he made them better. He pushed them. TK the throat goat. First off, change your name because that's fucking insane. Secondly, I didn't say LeBron was carrying and doing all that shit by himself. But why, when Jordan loses in the first round of the playoffs, it's not his team was ass, or it's his team was ass, but when he wins, it's Jordan's the GOAT? I just don't get it. I want y'all to explain that to me. Why is there a shift in narrative? That's all I want to be explained to me. Because his team was ass. So is it not right, kind of fair, to say that some of LeBron's losses in the finals was because his team wasn't, you feel me, up to par? Yes or no? Not to the Mavs? Okay, that's one finals loss. 2007 finals, he got swept by the Spurs. Who was on his team in 2007? Nigga took these niggas to the finals with this as his supporting cast. The next highest scorer averaged 15 points, and that was Larry Hughes. Mo Williams and Igles. First off, Mo Williams isn't even on this team. First off. And Igauskis is 31, and he's averaging 11 points per game. And 7 rebounds. He averaged 1 rebound more than LeBron. LeBron was the second highest rebound, or third highest rebounding guy, highest assist guy, and highest points.
Bro, don't even exercise it. These niggas' argument is that Jordan got better. There's nothing more to be said.
And the niggas
a lot of you
arguing
all
with
just
me.
lack common sense. And it'd be the niggas that are not even 18. SMH.
A lot of the niggas arguing with me have never seen Jordan shoot a basketball in their life. outside of videos on the internet. You've never watched a nigga play a game in your life. You wasn't even alive when he was in the league. Matter of fact, a lot of you niggas wasn't even born
Dave donated $1
before he retired.
Let's see what Jimmy has to say, TK.
Man, I'm talking right now. This is my space. Barnes, what did you say, man? Alright, look, Jordan was 6-0. Okay, boom. More first team all defensive, more scoring champions, more MVPs in a less talented league. You telling me, my only question is this, right? Let me look at the teams back when Jordan was on a run. You put LeBron James on an East team, I bet you Jordan don't got 6 rings. Back in their day, you put LeBron James in that league, I bet you Jordan don't got 6 rings and all them MVPs. Another hypothetical. So shut up, bro. Because all y'all niggas is talking about hypotheticals, bro. Like, shut up, bro. I hate that shit, bro. Y'all want to talk about hypotheticals? Let me bring up a hypothetical, bro. I bet you Jordan don't got all them MVPs in this league.
You get old enough to watch MJ. A lot of people in chat were still getting breastfed during Kobe's prime.
Thank you. Niggas saying hypothetical, but the whole time niggas have been talking about hypotheticals. You comparing modern day NBA to past, and then sitting here like what, nigga? In a league where Muggsy Bogues was hooping, you niggas is really trying to tell me that LeBron couldn't go back then and dominate? Shut this shit up, man. Y'all, like, I don't want to argue. Matter of fact, I have a very good saying. If you can't guard me, I'm not arguing basketball with you because you can't guard me. Simply put. I'm not talking basketball with niggas who cannot guard me. End of discussion. You got it.
Have to achieve.
I'm busting your ass.
Earlier. Niggas detest or don't agree with your opinion yet are still subbed, followed and watching.
First,
Madness.
let's just take a look at the basic
Simple.
numbers. Between Michael and LeBron, LeBron has more career points, rebounds, assists, blocks, more triple doubles, higher field goal percentage, and a higher 3-point percentage. And Michael has more steals and a higher free throw percentage. But this whole argument, the career totals argument, is only useful in demonstrating LeBron's longevity and sustained excellence. These numbers don't prove that LeBron's a better scorer, or rebounder, or defender.
You know what's crazy? If LeBron never really was trying to be a scorer, bro. Imagine if Bron really was one of them niggas like, I'm gonna give niggas 50. Niggas giving niggas 50 at 37! Bro, man, oh my God.
Or shooter than Jordan. They just prove that LeBron's been good at these things for a very, very long time. These numbers also show just how versatile LeBron is, possibly his most valuable asset. So instead of looking at career totals, let's look at career averages. Michael averages more points and more steals, and LeBron averages more assists and more rebounds. And as much as it pains me to say this, this is usually where the argument for the GOAT ends for most people. Throw in a required comment about their finals record.
Golden State had the best record. Do you think Jordan doing the same shit under the same condition? I actually want to know what you want to say.
Actually, no. Because you gotta understand, look, one of LeBron's best attributes was the fact that he was a freak of fucking nature. And Jordan was a freak of nature, but in modern day basketball, everybody's a freak of fucking nature, bro. LeBron was just an insane freak of nature. You feel me? Not gonna lie. I'm not saying Jordan's not a freak of nature, but listen, bro. Nick, and y'all have to be ignorant not to see what I'm talking about, bro. Like, Jordan in his day was a enigma. Nigga, cause nobody was that insanely athletic. You feel me? Nobody was insanely like nobody was Jordan, bruh. He was built different. But modern day, the shit Jordan doing back then, niggas do on a nightly basis. Like, this is what I'm not getting y'all to understand. Jordan's athleticism is modern day, like, cause of who Jordan was and what he is, right? That raised the level of what it took to be an NBA player or to be an elite NBA player. Right? Right? TK posts this on Twitter, so NBA Twitter could be on my dick and be like, oh my God, he has no idea what he's talking about. Half of NBA Twitter ain't never pick up a basketball in their life trying to tell me about basketball, man. Y'all do y'all things, man. Stick to studying stats, little niggas. I'm gonna be on the court getting buckets. I'm not gonna lie, I need to set up an NBA Twitter 5v5. I need all of them. And I need y'all to, I need to see what y'all look like, bro. The fuck you get Twitter from? That's not what you said? I thought you said Twitter. You said YouTube? Oh.
And you pretty much have a condensed version of most GOAT debates. But there is so much more to unpack.
Who is averaging 35 points? $1989. Let's go 90s. How do you see? I want to see who was the top scorers in the 90s. There is... Chris Mullin was a what? A forward/guard? Okay. There are 20 plus scorers in Jordan's time. 20. 22. 22 niggas who scored 20 points a game. $30 now, right? 30 players averaging 20 points plus.
Can we accept that there's
How
a GOAT
many
in
over
each
25?
decade, like 90s
Like-
if Jordan 2000s had Kobe and 10s got Braun?
Like, now let's ask. I'm gonna ask you something, right? Darius Garland averages 21.5, and I'm gonna be honest. Darius Garland's elite, but I don't think he's a superstar. Back then, if you averaged 20 points, you was a superstar for your team. For real, you averaging 20 points, niggas call you a superstar, bro. Worst defense. Pacing is different, but y'all are making it seem like, right, what he was doing now then couldn't have been done back by these niggas. Come on, load. No way. Man, I don't give a fuck about your intro, bruh. LeBron's pinning that shit on the backboard, bro. LeBron is pinning that shit to the backboard, bro. Oh, my LeBron is... Bro, nah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. LeBron putting that shit on the backboard, bro. Man, what the fuck? Bro, come on. Good help defense, I feel you. I feel you. Man, look.
My goodness, what a play. Michael Jordan.
Man, Jai's baptizing niggas in this day and age, bruh. Bro, Jai's baptizing niggas in this day and age, bruh. Man, who the fuck did he even dunk on? Oh my god. Hit the nigga with a... Man, y'all got it, bruh. Man, nigga said, that is the weakest pump. I wouldn't fall for that pump fake, bruh. I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't fall for that pump fake, bruh. Man. Bro, y'all got it, bruh. Man, y'all got it, bruh. You would? Wait, hold on. I'm not falling for that pump fake, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not falling for that pump fake, man. Man. Oh my god, look at the help defense. He didn't even tomahawk it. The nigga did a rim grazer. Man. Yeah, I got it, bro. I'm seeing lockdown defenders. I'm seeing niggas grabbing niggas off the screens. Bro, nah, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Look at this shit, bro. I want y'all, like, and I'm not sitting here saying he's not great, but I want y'all to see what constituted his highlights during his day and age, bro. Like, I really want y'all to see what constituted his highlights, bro. Look at what the nigga did. The nigga said, "Oh my god, behind the back." Man, y'all got it. Nigga caught the ball and said like this. Man, niggas do that at the park, bro. Man, y'all got it, bro. Y'all got it, bro. I give him that. He really dunked on that nigga. But you're telling me LeBron couldn't do this shit? We see one of these every game.
Jordan trying to fake Bird, can't do it.
Good pull up. I get that to you. I get that. It's a highlight. That's Bird on him. That ain't no scrub. That's Bird on him.
Jordan
I give him that.
Fake Bird, can't do it.
Good pull up.
Jumper, but Bird played pretty well defensively against Jordan there. Michael Jordan has 8 points and is the game.
I get that to that nigga. LeBron next.
That is a pretty fitting end to the ball.
Niggas putting up college highlights.
Jordan, look at it. Holy cow.
4 years ago. We not even talking. Let's go, man. Nah, not Matt. We gonna do 2020, 2019, 2020 season only. This is a season of LeBron.
This building is filled with Laker jerseys. James drives, layup, count it.
Okay, that's an and one. I
Finishing tuck.
ain't gonna lie, they'll put that on Jordan highlight and be like, "Oh my god."
Good.
From three, LeBron, the cyclone.
Nigga, wow. Nah, this is dick sucking. I ain't gonna lie.
Some old
I
niggas
need
was on
some
Twitter
fire
talking about
ass.
Jordan a better finisher than Kyrie.
I don't know, man. Oh my god, these are L highlights. I need greatest highlights of all time.
Off his head, maybe.
Lob it up. Oh!
Off his head, maybe.
Lob it. Up. Oh!
Nigga said a dunk. That nigga put that shit on OG and it would be head, bro.
LeBron James.
Man.
On the glass. Do you see the reach I'm talking about? That is incredible. Who's McCann?
Nah, See, they got whack ass highlights.
That pass couldn't have been
need young Bron highlights, man. Fuck this shit. Let's just watch the JxmyHighroller video. I don't care no more.
Back here. It's to
Oh, didn't mean to do that.
they die on that hill. See, the thing here is that go be some sort of objective. No, there much more to unpack here. So let's unpack it.
Dick suck backfired? Nothing ever backfires.
So y'all know how much I like.
You feel me? I do what the fuck I want. Who gonna check me about it? Nobody. That's what the fuck I thought. Pussy. CK, stop arguing with these niggas. I'm not arguing with them. I'm just having a little fun. You feel me? Cause they still gonna be here watching me.
Like advanced stats. They don't tell the full story, but if you know which ones to look for, you can discover some nuances in a player's game that you won't get by just watching them play. Player efficiency rating, win shares per 48, offensive
God, they brought out the geeks.
box plus minus, defensive box plus minus, value over replacement, and true shooting percentage. These 6 advanced stats give us efficiency, production, value, impact, and pretty much everything in between. And in these 6 advanced statistics, Michael Jordan exceeds LeBron in 5 of them. He's more efficient overall. He contributes to more wins. He contributes to more points. He's better on defense, and he is generally more valuable on the court than LeBron is. The only advanced stat where LeBron tops Jordan is true shooting percentage. Now, in terms of who's a better basketball player, nearly every metric points to Michael Jordan. But really take a look at these numbers, and it's actually uncanny just how close LeBron is to MJ across the board. Just a fraction behind Jordan in pretty much everything. But these numbers aren't even addressing
Say something? Advanced stats. This is you know what advanced stats stand for? A lot of these shits? Hold on, let me show you something. Player efficiency rating is a minute rating developed by ESPN.com columnist John Hollinger. Per sums up all
Scum
positive
around.
accomplishments, subtracts negative accomplishments, and returns a per minute rating of, like, bro. I guess you got it. I'm gonna shut up. I'm done talking about it. Let's watch the video.
Greater.
Y'all got me. Jordan's the GOAT.
because that conversation would involve accolades and accomplishments and impact on the game. Take away the rings, the influence, the intangibles, the opinions, and it's virtually objectively true that Michael was a better basketball player than LeBron. But the GOAT debate isn't necessarily about who is the better player. It's about who is the greatest player. We've got some more unpacking to do.
Yes.
Now, we cannot have a thorough GOAT debate without discussing the accomplishments of each player. Numbers are cool and they have their purpose, but numbers alone aren't indicative of greatness. They're just a vehicle to greatness. This is why, despite James Harden spending half a decade piling up some of the greatest scoring numbers in NBA history, most people don't consider him greater than some players with far lesser offensive numbers. The numbers complement the accolades, not the other way around. This is also why I consider Wilt Chamberlain to have been a better basketball player than Bill Russell, but Bill Russell was greater than Wilt. Wilt achieved his greatness through his numbers, whereas Russell achieved his greatness by contributing to an unrelenting style of winning basketball. So let's take a look at the accomplishments of both.
Niggas called Harden the third greatest shooting guard ever.
Michael Jordan.
Over who? He's behind Jordan, Kobe, and Harden. Off rip. Are we counting AI as a point guard or a shooting guard? He's over AI. Harden hasn't been to a finals yet. Actually, he has. My fault. He was with the Thunder. My bad. Harden's never been to the finals as the best player on his team. Kawhi not a shooting guard. I'd say he's a small forward. AI is a shooting guard. I don't even think Harden's a better shooting guard than AI. AI's done more with less.
and LeBron James. Now, there are plenty of other awards a player can earn in the NBA, but these are the ones that really stand out on a player's resume. Championships, Finals MVPs, regular season MVPs, Defensive Player of the Year, All NBA selections, and All Defensive Team selections. And amongst these 6 categories, Jordan beats LeBron in 5 of them. And Michael accomplished all of this in just 15 seasons to LeBron's full 18 seasons.
See, the thing about this, though, this is all without context. I hate shit like this because his 6 championships versus his 4, right? Who did he have to beat to get his chips? That, like, nobody ever puts context in this shit, bro.
The only category where LeBron outperformed Michael is in all NBA selections. And most will argue that, again, this is an accomplishment of longevity more than anything else, which, at this point, seems to be the overall theme in the GOAT debate. Up to this point in his career, the majority of fans will agree that LeBron has been a step below Jordan in terms of greatness. So now the race to become the GOAT has become a marathon, because eventually the sheer volume of LeBron's career numbers and achievements may become so overwhelming that we'll have no choice but to concede that he is in fact the greatest player of all time. Which brings us to
LeBron had to beat Tyler Herro to get his 4th ring, a Tyler Herro who beat the Bucks. And arguably one of the greatest power forwards of all time in Giannis. Or will end up being one of the greatest power forwards of all time in Giannis. So, what are we saying?
real dilemma in this age-old debate. The flame that burns twice as bright burns half as long. A great quote by the ancient Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu regarding the idea of excellence and the sustainability of it. Almost as if you can have longevity or be exceptional, but you can't have both. Now, in the world of basketball and sports in general, usually being exceptional translates to longevity and vice versa. Michael Jordan was excellent for 13 seasons in the NBA.
Tyler Herro didn't beat him, his team did, then why the fuck did you say LeBron had to beat Tyler Herro in the fucking finals? He had to beat the Miami Heat. A Miami Heat team who would probably low-key give some of the 90s teams a run for their money, if we're being fucking honest. But, you know what? Y'all got it. Y'all love changing the fucking...
His flame was violently bright, and it burned for quite some time. But what if there was a flame that burned about 95% as bright and lasted much, much longer? At a certain point, the radiance of even the brightest flame is outclassed by the flame that just won't quit. Of course, LeBron isn't a flame. He's a 6'9", 250-pound freak of nature in basketball shoes, but his light shines about 95% as bright as Michael Jordan's did, and it's lasting a whole lot longer. When does the longevity of LeBron's brilliance simply outmatch the slightly greater but much shorter brilliance of Michael? Because as we've discussed, Mike trumps LeBron in pretty much every single metric other than longevity and overall production. So the real question here is how...
And when he says trump him, not by a lot, by like 0.3. Like, Jordan's a better basketball player than LeBron, technically, right? But not by much.
How much longer will LeBron have to be excellent before the majority agrees that he is greater than Michael was? The man is in his 19th NBA season, and he's leading the NBA in scoring. He's still a top 5 player in the league, and his bag is getting deeper and deeper with every season. Here's a chart of LeBron's total points, assists, and rebound averages throughout each season of his career. Each point on the graph represents the total average of points, assists, and rebounds for every season of his career. So, for example, this season LeBron is putting up 8, 6, and 30 a game, so his total for the season is 44. Now, in the NBA, anything above a total of 40 is exceptional. LeBron's total production has exceeded 40 in 17 different seasons. Now here's Michael's total average points, assists, and rebounds for every season of his career. This is by far the greatest argument in favor of LeBron in the GOAT debate. The man has simply sustained excellence for longer than Mike did. And although the numbers are just a vehicle to greatness, there has got to be a point where the numbers are just too glaring to ignore. LeBron's numbers are getting to that point. But some fans will argue that there were other players that were still really good this late in their career. You mean like Kareem, or Kobe, or Karl Malone? They weren't even close. LeBron's already the only player to be a part of the 30K, 10K, 10K club. Aside from a freak injury, he'll undoubtedly break Kareem's scoring record. He'll probably play the most seasons in an NBA career. He already has the record for most All-NBA selections, and he's still adding to what is probably the longest career highlight reel with moments like this. If LeBron is still doing this in a couple years, while still putting up All-NBA numbers, I really think it's going to be difficult to say that he's not the greatest player ever. You know what? I'm just gonna say it. While LeBron's legacy is growing as he plays more seasons, Michael's legacy would have been slightly diminished if he played more seasons. Of course, this isn't a matter of fact, but all the evidence points towards this assumption. Michael Jordan retiring after playing just 13 NBA seasons in 1998 was the best thing he could have ever done for his legacy. The Bulls were not going to win another championship, and the backbone of the dynasty he had built had all but vanished by the beginning of the 1999 season. If he had played through that 3-year retirement gap from 1999 to 2001, he would have either stayed with the Bulls and put up huge numbers on a losing team, or signed with a different team and chased rings. Both options being far less illustrious than him going out on top with the team that drafted him. Michael's career was the perfect storm. He was drafted by a franchise that was ready and willing to build around him. He was on a roster that suited his skill sets extremely well, and he and the Bulls peaked right as the dominant teams from the 80s and early 90s like the Lakers, Celtics, and Pistons began to fade away. You could not have written a better career if you tried. On the other hand, despite his success, LeBron really got the short end of the deal many times throughout his career. He spent his first 7 seasons in the NBA playing for a team that could not have cared less about building a coherent team around him. He spent 4 straight finals going toe-to-toe with the most dominant dynasty in modern NBA history outside of Jordan's Bulls. While Michael was surrounded by players who were all willing to buy into their system, LeBron has spent many years carrying the load of bad rosters and seemingly incompetent teammates. Part of which is his own fault for trying to play GM and putting together piss-poor rosters. And I bring up these small nuances because the GOAT debate is very nuanced. As much as people want to act like the whole 6-0 in the finals is the end-all be-all to the discussion, it's just not. If rings were all that mattered, then Bill Russell would be the GOAT. Oh, but he played a long time ago, that doesn't count. Okay, well then Robert Horry is the GOAT because he has 7 rings to Jordan's 6. Well yeah, but Horry wasn't the best player on any of those championships. Okay, so is the argument about rings, or is it about being the best player on the court, or a mixture of both? Is a player's performance, despite how masterful it was, all in vain if his team loses? The line becomes less and less clear the deeper you dig. No single metric can be used to determine this debate, and the unpacking of every small minute detail is a necessary burden. But unfortunately, it's a burden that most fans won't bother to take on. At the moment, I personally believe Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time. I also think he's the best basketball player of all time. But, unlike some fans, I don't think the door has closed on LeBron. I think that if LeBron can continue to dominate the league for a few more seasons and continue to shatter our previous notions of what we thought was possible in a single NBA career, I think that he has a chance to retire as the greatest player of all time. But of course, only time will tell. And fortunately for LeBron, time seems to perpetually be on his side.